Welcome to the podcast.
So today we have a very interesting topic, the morality of gambling. To start off, I just want everyone's opening thoughts on if they think gambling's moral, why, if not,
It's moral as long as it doesn't detract from other aspects. Like if you're gambling just a little bit for fun, that's perfectly fine. But if you're gambling so much that you can't be spending time with your family, you don't have money to pay your bills, or some other aspect of your life is being damaged, that's when it becomes bad.
So yeah, that's similar to my stance. I really believe, gambling, I feel like if you're, spending all your money, like you said, and it distracts from your family and your life, you're living a worse life because of gambling, then it's not moral. I guess if you can afford it, I guess it's technically moral.
If it's
just not financially the best move.
You do it for fun.
Yeah.
$20 here and there is not going to hurt you.
It's not like you're throwing all your money into buying lottery tickets or something.
It's like going to the movies if you do it smart,
Yeah, going to the movies is a waste of money.
Not always.
When was the last time you went to the movies and you didn't regret it, Bobby?
I went to Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man. That was good.
Would it have been just as good if you waited and watched it?
It's a theater. Theater's a different experience. There's all the sound from everywhere and the big screen.
And here we go.
So I think one of the big things of gambling, it also is the different types of gambling. Certain types of gambling, there's just so little chance of luck. Slot machines, scratchers, lottery tickets. Those seem like
claw machines.
Those types of gambling seem like they're specifically made for a certain type of person just to try to steal their money.
Yeah. Well, they're made for people that have addictive personalities to play once. They're like, but look at all this money I could win, and it's only $2. But I feel like that kind of stuff is just. I don't know if that's morally wrong.
I think it's morally wrong. You own a restaurant, having that type of gambling in there, or selling scratchers is probably not
that
more. It's probably morally wrong.
I would say that.
Is it wrong to sell wine because there's alcoholics?
No, wine's different though. It's wine you could do in an excess and it doesn't hurt you. You know what I mean? Places don't sell you enough wine. Places aren't supposed to sell you enough wine to get you drunk.
Well, selling wine isn't inherently bad because lots of people drink wine. Only so many are alcoholics. But like he said, how often does someone win the slot machine? It's just a pit for money to go into. It's not really
That's why it's good.
For the place.
Just a pit.
But
I don't know if it's immoral. I don't
think it's immoral.
Is it?
I don't know if it's a good idea.
I think in terms of it being a sin, I don't know if it's a sin, but in terms of just basic morality, I think it's definitely wrong.
I think it's a sin because
if something's wrong, it's a sin.
I think it's a sin because because it hurts other people. It's like selling someone something and it's not what they thought they were buying.
Well, they know exactly.
No, they know they're not.
Well, yeah, but it's a similar thing. It's
it's not.
It's not misleading them. Okay, let me think.
I don't think it's immoral.
You think it would be more? So you would be morally fine with having a business that sells slot machines and scratchers, like a gas station.
Yeah.
You think that's morally fine?
I wouldn't do it at a fancy restaurant. I think that's a bad look.
No, cheap restaurants do that all the time.
Called Las Vegas.
I was kidding, but I don't think it's morally wrong.
So you think it's right to swindle people out of their money because you're getting money for it?
Everybody knows how much of a ripoff they are, so it's not like you're.
It's not like people are like, "Oh, it's just 1 in 5."
Just because other people know it, it's like how you have the obligation to how you act is how other people act. You act better than other people, so they will raise themselves up. So you're helping other people or lower themselves.
No, they're helping raise me up.
With their money.
Yeah, while they get poorer. So you're getting... It's just a negative feedback.
Any service you sell, they're going to get poorer.
Well, yeah, but this one, no, they don't get anything most of the time either.
They get the enjoyment of playing the slot machine. Playing the slot machine is fun even if you don't win money.
Right? Some people might find it fun. But imagine how much joy when someone wins. Just imagine.
You're messed up.
It pays for all of the disappointment and the wasted money for when that one person wins and spends it all in your restaurant.
They should have those at car dealerships. So it's you win the lottery. They get all the money from the slot machine, but then they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this fancy car."
Genius.
Or you're like, oh, I already spent 50 grand on this nice car. Might as well put a few dollars in the slot machine.
Yeah.
And then you win money, and then you buy another
I could
car.
win the
Maybe
whole
it'll
car
pay
back.
for the car. Maybe you'll put the money back into the slot machine and try to win again.
Although I think a car dealership
That's
with slot
morally
machines probably isn't
not
selling
right.
nice cars.
It's not morally not right. That's just someone being stupid.
Yeah.
But you put that there purposefully.
If they win the
For
lottery,
them
it's
to
not
be
my fault
stupid.
that no, I'm servicing them by selling them something.
Selling them what?
Well, if
chance.
it's the car,
The thrill.
And then you're hoping they spend on your
You
slot
could say
machine.
there's so many things that are bad for people that you can sell. Like soda.
Well, soda's different though.
How?
It's a food. People
Wait.
like it.
Would you
people
think
like the
different.
slot.
So that's not as much as a rip-off because
It's not
soda
addictive.
still
Soda
give-
is addictive.
Well, yeah, it's addictive, but
It's definitely addictive.
it's not like you buy
And it kills
multiple.
you. Slot machines don't kill you.
Well, I'd argue like things like that. If I could control it, I'd say you shouldn't be allowed to drink soda
like
because
ban
it's bad.
soda?
Why?
But soda's good. It's like soda's like wine. It's good. And it's okay in a small amount.
So
Why would you ban
You would
soda?
ban anything that's unhealthy.
Not anything,
It's
but
like,
like
deep fried food. You'd ban that.
no. What I'm saying is soda should be done in a limit, like wine or alcohol. You shouldn't overdrink it.
Yeah, but legally speaking,
Legally speaking, soda's fine.
great.
But I think
And have soda bootleggers.
Well, that's kind of about you too, because some people are just kind of like, well, I don't care what it's doing to my health. I think it tastes good, so I'm gonna drink 5 Cokes in 10 minutes.
yeah, it's like alcohol. It's the same kind of
It's like
thing. You
it's
need
like
to do it in
cigarettes
limit.
too. It's like you can sell it, but it's not. I don't know.
It's not like alcohol though, where it's like alcohol changes your personality.
Alcohol, yeah, but soda changes your health.
Soda.
You drink 5 sodas in a night, you're not going to be healthy.
Soda makes you fat, but that's your own fault. You can't control yourself. You're being dumb.
That is.
It doesn't mean you should ban soda.
You
That's
should,
a clip
if you
right
know
there.
better than other people. That needs cut too. If you know better than other people, you should help them because people think it's fine. People
So if
don't
they
care.
come to my
If
restaurant
people
and they
don't
say they
care-
want to buy a soda, I'm going to
If
say, you
people don't
shouldn't buy
care
that.
about
It's
their
not
health,
good for
you
you.
should help them care about their health.
What if you're selling like like a lot of restaurants don't sell healthy food because you don't go out to eat all the time, so it's like a special treat. So
Like,
should you
what
never sell unhealthy
example of
food?
the restaurant you're talking about?
Like if I go to a restaurant,
What-
they're probably
like
gonna
what?
almost
What kind?
every restaurant will sell a burger.
But
Burgers
which
are.
one?
What do you mean?
An
which one?
example of what kind of restaurant? Like fast food chain?
Like a
Non-fast food
sit-down
chain.
restaurant.
Yes,
Like
okay.
like Denny's, we'll say.
I've never been to this. Okay.
Okay,
a
well, it's like
restaurant.
My Jasper restaurant.
Like a mid-level, not fancy, but not fast food, right? So
Okay.
it's like somewhere in the middle. Usually they don't have the healthiest food. Should you say, oh, you shouldn't eat that to everyone who comes in? Do you have a moral obligation to tell everyone who comes in?
What are you comparing this to? Soda?
You're saying that
Big soda
people
to
should
slot.
discourage people from drinking soda.
I'm saying though, soda's so mainstream, so many people just are always like gamers and stuff. They like get sponsored by like these sodas and stuff, like Red Bull and stuff like that. All these people are getting sponsored by it. I think they shouldn't because they're giving promoting to their viewers bad habits. It's like how all these things now, like they want to raise age ratings on like shows or movies when someone's smoking. So I discourage younger people from seeing it. It's like all these people being like sponsored, like, oh, I drink all my Mountain Dew here for whatnot reason. It's promoting all this
Bad.
bad,
Strong.
whatever. Yeah, because it's promoting bad stuff to impressionable people.
Calvin Show's only gonna promote meat, eggs, fruit, and
Not
vegetables.
eggs.
Not eggs.
Not
Oh,
eggs.
you can't
Lethal.
eat eggs.
Lethal, don't.
Well, you guys should all eat eggs. I don't want any, but you guys eat
Yeah.
I've heard they're good for you.
I've heard, yeah.
Zero experience, but
A little
my
birdie
friends
told me.
do.
That's an
My family
unfortunate
eats it,
coincidence.
doesn't it?
But I feel that when it comes to things that aren't necessarily the best for people, but people are selling them because there's profit in it, I don't think you necessarily have to go out of your way to warn people, because I think in most cases people know that drinking soda isn't as good as drinking water or like whatever else. And it's kind of like people are making an honest living off of it. It's not like they're telling people something that isn't true, like they're saying that soda is good for you. I feel like in general that kind of stuff isn't necessarily immoral because most people know what it's doing and they're taking the risk because of whatever reason, and somebody's making an honest living off of it.
So you think people who make a honest living off slot machines are living a moral life?
I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying about things like soda. I feel like slot machines.
Because slot machines, everyone who uses them are no rich people use a slot machine
Well, yeah, 'cause no,
unless you're in Vegas.
yeah.
There's always exceptions for Vegas.
I don't
What happens
feel
in
like
Vegas stays in
it's
Vegas.
immoral because people. I feel like people know, and they just kind of don't, and they just kind of ignore it because they think there is still technically a chance I'm gonna make $1 million off of this by putting $2 in. So they
But
technically
you're still
know
making
that.
money off people getting poor.
Yeah,
You're making
That's
money
any
off other
business.
people suffering.
it's any business.
Not
It's not
really.
suffering.
No,
No,
you
it's not.
if you're
Because
doing a
most
business,
businesses, you're
supposed-
providing a service
Yeah.
or a product.
Yeah, but you're
like
doing it
someone's
for a
selling
profit.
bread. They're selling bread for a profit, but someone's getting their money's worth. They're getting food to live.
Yeah, but you said that they were profiting on other people getting poor, and that's any business.
But that
But people-
that
But
is
it's the
gambling. I
poor
get the
versus
exchange.
poor with no exchange.
Like
but
Bobby
you could
said.
argue the exchange is the experience.
Exactly.
Because it's fun.
Like
It's
you
like
said,
buying a roller coaster to go
Yeah.
on a roller coaster. You
Yeah.
don't get anything except for the thrill of being on a roller
Yeah,
some
but
people think it's fun.
That's
so
different.
You are technically getting
Roller
something.
coasters aren't priced for people go on a roller coaster every day and spend their paycheck on it as soon as they get money.
I mean,
Yeah.
some people might. Some people really like roller coasters. Some people get hungry on the thrill.
Your point makes no sense.
Don't you think?
What I'm saying is gambling is set up in a way so anyone can do it. You get your paycheck, you go straight to it, you're done, you're broke.
That's it,
Again. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Quantity over quality.
That's not moral.
Trying to get lots of people to pay little bits.
And you think that's moral.
I don't think it's immoral.
But so not saying you don't think it's immoral means you're saying it's moral.
You're not necessarily swindling them. They know that it's a very low chance they're going to win. It's not like there's something that they don't know that you do.
So that doesn't make sense.
How does that not make sense? They know that they're
You
probably not
are
gonna
helping
win.
them become not. You should be helping everyone around you become the best they can be. Do you agree? Or should you be encouraging things that no matter what drags someone
You're
down?
also trying to make a living yourself.
That's
though.
not when there's a million ways you can make a moral living.
Ways to make a job.
You can do anything else. Because you're supposed to bring other people around you up morally.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to make Bobby the worst version of himself just so I can say, oh yeah, look, I'm richer than him. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to bring everyone up. Whereas the people with slot machines, they're making money off it, and then the people are losing money from it.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not immoral for me to sell people sodas.
Yeah, because
It's not helping.
That's a drink.
That's
It's not
different.
helping.
That's
People
giving
don't
them
spend
some.
their whole paycheck on soda.
It's not
You
bringing
spend a
people
bit
up
on
though.
soda.
It's not bringing people up though. But it's not wrong
Sodas
to do.
are different.
If
though.
it's
not
moral or
quite as
not,
bad.
if it's moral or not doesn't depend on how much money they're willing to sink in it, though.
Well, destroying someone's life versus taking a few dollars out is a big difference.
If you're looking at it though as you have to sell them something, you have to actually give them something for their money. You are giving them something.
yes, you're
It's their
giving them
choice
a
to put all
1 minute
their money in.
experience.
But you're
Yeah.
giving them something that's like a drug, essentially.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about soda. They're gonna drink it. They're gonna want to drink it again because it tastes good.
But they're not going to spend
They're not.
everything
but
they have.
It's
But they're
making-
still getting something.
Sure.
It's not about
It's not-
how much
they're not
money
getting
they're
it-
spending. They're, still
not
getting
getting-
something.
Just
They're
because you
getting
drink
something.
soda, though, it doesn't bring you down.
Well,
Gambling, no matter not gambling, but like slot machines, scratchers, those bring you down no matter what, unless you win.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
Fun, though.
Soda's less addictive.
If
That's
you-
the main difference.
if you're looking at it as how are they feeling, then soda is completely different because if it's
It
not
is.
seen as you have to pay for something, if it's about how they feel about what they're getting, then that's completely different.
Well, then that kind of goes. It kind of goes with alcohol too, though, because a lot
What
of
does?
Well, how you were talking about how that people will spend everything they've got on it.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
but
more
gambling-
alcohol than
There's
soda,
only so many
for sure.
people that have addictive tendencies that will spend everything they have on slot machines. There's only so many people that drink alcohol that are going to spend everything they have on alcohol.
It's,
But
yeah.
there's still a big difference between alcohol and slot machines.
Alcohol is
Because a
lot
little
more
bit of
dangerous.
alcohol, it's social status.
Well,
when
a
you're
little
at a
bit.
social thing, drinking wine like at a fancy restaurant, that's
and
a
the slot
social
machines
thing.
for the
Because alcohol and stuff, like you're at a football game, drinking beer is a social thing. You're at a fancy restaurant drinking wine. It's a social thing.
Yeah.
You're doing a fancy date dinner with someone if you're of the proper age.
Well, you're not doing.
But it's a social thing.
What if you're out by yourself and you're getting dinner and you like
That's
wine?
not a social wine. That's different. Social thing. You're at dinner.
No,
That's
you're
right.
by yourself.
That's still.
You go out to get a meal. You get wine because you like it.
Or
That's
beer.
fine.
You're by yourself.
That's different than the slot machine. You're not bringing yourself down by drinking wine
Yeah.
Unless you drink too much.
unless you drink too
Unless
much.
you're an alcoholic.
But that's different. That's a small amount of people. There's way more people just like playing slot machines because there's two mentalities for slot machines. There's the addictive personality and there's the like, oh, I put $5 in, but if this $5, this one might make my money back. There's that mentality too, which isn't for alcohol. Yeah, if I drink this wine, I might get less drunk because I already drank one.
The other is just to have fun.
Yeah.
you
could just be like, oh, I'll just play a game.
Is it
It'll be
not fun to like? Well, I've never done a scratcher.
think about
but
an
like those
arcade.
things that come in the mail where it's like, oh, if you get 3 of these, you win this thing. It's fun just to do that.
They're
You know
not
you're
fun.
not gonna win.
Think of like
But it's fun.
a video game arcade. Like you put in your quarter, you play the game, and it's done.
That is a complete waste. That is not bringing up at all. That's wasting your time and your money.
But
More than
that's
slot machines.
that's an experience.
More
It's the
time.
same thing, though.
Yeah, it's an
That's
experience.
Slot machine is
different though
technically an
because that's a
experience.
game. There's a difference because
Slot
that's
machines
a game.
are games.
They're a
It's a
game,
game.
but they're not as much of a game if you think about it.
Still a game,
if there's
though.
still
It's
the
an
same
adult
kind of
game.
thing, it doesn't really.
Because like a
matter.
video game, you play it like twice and you're done, unless you're going for the top score. But that's different.
But you go for the tickets. You know, like you.
Well, yeah,
get
but
the
that's
tickets.
different. That's like that's a whole experience.
Look at how much money
you could
spent
spend
for
a
that
whole
one
day in
thing.
arcade,
Spend
right?
the whole day on slot machines.
Yes, but see, that's bringing you down.
It's not necessarily bringing you down.
A whole day
At
at a slot
arcade-
machine?
At arcade.
No, I'm talking about slot machines. Because an
It's probably
arcade doesn't
not
bring you
good.
down.
What's
No
the
one's a-
difference?
no
though?
one's
You're
addicted
paying
to
to
an
play a
arcade.
game. There are people who get addicted to arcades. Absolutely. Not
Like?
the same amount, but it
A
exists.
few.
Yeah.
The difference is that the arcade doesn't have the money draw. It doesn't have.
Yeah, but I'm saying some
But-
people treat slot machines like an arcade. Like, oh, I'm paying
Yeah.
this money, I'm playing a few games, and now I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
So
just a
it's not
fun app.
all addicts.
Yeah, but it's most. Because like it all depends on your income level. Slot machines are bad for the people with lower income who still do them, which most people who play slot machines don't make much money. They don't make enough money
Yeah.
to justify it. It's bringing them down. That's why I think it's immoral. Because it doesn't bring anyone up.
Does if you win. Does if you win.
You don't win.
Well, they're probably doing it mostly for the enjoyment factor of it, right? Because it's
For
not
what?
like they think they're gonna
Most
win.
people who
Well, some
play slot
people think
machines
they're gonna
think
win.
they're gonna win. Hope they're gonna win.
hope.
Hope,
within a 50
hope is a
spin-
powerful drive.
You hope you're gonna win, but
Hope
it's
the
like,
drives is a very powerful drive.
but they probably do it as the fun. Oh, I've got this much money. Let's go see if I can win at the slot machine. type
Hopefully
thing.
I win. See if I can win. Hope
not
it's
like-
all a dream. It's a dream.
It's
What
not-
if I win?
It's not a smart thing to do, but it's not like they're spending money they would be spending on food or shelter on it necessarily. I mean, maybe.
But still,
I don't know if anyone's. Maybe.
Someone probably has.
Yeah.
that's still if it's well budgeted. That's someone that can afford to do it. I'm talking about you have because slot machines don't attract that many people like that. Who has budget? How many people budget money for the arcade? For slot machines?
No, but you could do budget money for enjoyable activities like outings and stuff.
Yes, but how many people do you think actually do that? If you're at a slot machine, you're probably not thinking about your money like
Well,
that.
it's
I mean,
like
my dad's bought lottery tickets before just for
well,
fun.
that's
Yeah.
different.
How?
How much does he buy them every month? Once a month he
Yeah,
goes and
But
buys his
my
lottery
point
tickets.
is, there are certain people who just every once in a while want to play a slot machine.
But that's not many. I'm talking about the majority of their audience.
Okay.
Because that's probably like 10-15% of the people who actually do it.
Fair.
Because most people who do it aren't planned for financially. It's just hurting them.
Yeah.
If you do get rid of banned slot machines and like scratchers or whatnot, they'll find something else to do probably. But still, it's just for morally just
it's better
having
than
it.
spending the
is-
money. On
I-
Especially
alcohol.
since the government runs the
bad.
lottery. Like that you can't justify.
Yeah.
When I
The
think
government running it.
It doesn't run this. Like,
I don't know
slot
about
machines
banning.
though.
No,
No,
that's
those are bought.
That's just the
the government
business.
running the lottery is horrible.
Yeah.
I think for the basic good of society, we should not have the kind of gambling that we do. I don't know from a moral standpoint if I believe it's evil, but I do think that for the good of society, we should not have the kind of gambling we have.
I
What
don't.
about sports betting?
Well,
It depends on your income level.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm saying I don't know about it morally, but just for the good of society, to be able to have the gambling so much, and it's kind of like some people you're so open to it. And it's like the amount of people that don't even know that they're addicted to it, that they are addicted. They start doing it just because it's all over the place, and they're like, oh well, it's $2. I just feel like the amount that there is not good just for society in general.
Yeah, so you can make it more difficult to get a license though without just banning it. You could regulate it heavier without. If the goal is to reduce it without banning it, there's a middle ground approach.
Yeah, I don't know
What
if
you
it's-
said about sports betting is I'm talking specifically about the lottery
Yeah,
scratch and stuff because that audience is more it's
addictive.
more addictive and it's not
Although
as
you can
it's
get rid of
it's
that
not
stuff with
as
sports
easy
betting.
to say though that most people who bet on sports because that's
Yeah,
more
a lot of people just bet on
that's
because
different.
it's fun.
Yeah, that makes more. That's
Absolutely
way different.
fun.
Goodbye.